Help us find our dream home. This is house tour number 3, so we're just going to quickly go through the photos on the listing, and then we will do the actual video tour. There's like a living room with a kitchen, bathroom, and then off to the side is a small bedroom. This would be Peter's work area, so it's kind of shed technical space, which hopefully we could kind of open up and turn into his workshop. And then up on the second floor, there's again another big room, which we could make into our bedroom, maybe with an ensuite bath, and then maybe connect these two rooms, and this would become office slash guest room. This is above the workshop, so it would kind of stay Peter's storage workshop area. And then there's a little terrace that I'm pretty sure the realtor said we should tear down. This house is about 2.15 million Czech crowns, which is around 104,000 US dollars, and it's around 183 meters squared, which I think is about 2,000 square feet. So the house is a good size, and the price, it is within our price range. It's actually a little bit lower than some of the houses we've been looking at, which means we have more money for the renovation, which I think is great. The property is also a good size. It's around 790 meters squared, so lots of space. So yeah, the house I think is in a nice location. One big problem though is there's no public water or sewer. So there is a well, but it's shared with someone. I don't know who. I don't know if it's like shared with the entire little village. It's not that big of a village. There's not that many houses. Or if it's just shared with like one neighbor. Um, and then there's the other problem. Do you see the store and the height of the ceiling and how it is much lower than the normal ceiling height? I have to duck to get past here, and this is out to the back and the toilet, and then around this corner is the technical space and the shed, right? And I have to duck to get past here. I am not that tall. I'm 5'5", which I think is around 166 centimeters. So that's kind of ridiculous. I think it's built this way because of the staircase, but we'd have to figure out a way to add some height here because I don't want to duck every time I need to use the toilet. Yeah, so this is up to the second floor. The balcony is there. And yeah, this is the house. Like, I think it's really pretty with the trees and everything. There's a bit of a hill going up behind it. I think it looks really pretty. Not so much from the back, but I think once this is like replastered and redone, it will look nicer. And then it's come to my attention that one of these houses are going to become our dream home, and we're actually going to live there. So I probably shouldn't have the location just out there on the internet exactly where we live. So yeah, I'm just going to show you this on this map, kind of the thereabouts location. So right now we live in Prague, which is the capital city of the Czech Republic, and the house is kind of out this way towards Liberec. It's about an hour and 35 minutes drive from Prague, so that's not bad. It's what we were looking for basically, and Peter has friends in this area, so we really like it. So yeah, it's somewhere over here in this area, not quite as far as Liberec, but yeah, somewhere in this area. Okay, so this is the house from the outside of the main entrance. We would probably redo all of this because we're going to put insulation from the outside. But here's the main entrance. To the left is the kitchen and living room. There's the stairs going up to the second floor. And now to the right is this little spare bedroom slash office. We'd probably put in underfloor heating so we'd get rid of the radiator, but it doesn't look too bad. And then this is the entrance from the back of the house, actually. So there's the toilet, and then it goes towards the entrance hall. So there you can see like the front door. And then to the left, there is, I think that's like a little closet. I don't remember now. I think it's a closet, but this is where the ceiling is super low. You can see the realtor is having to duck, Peter has to duck, I have to duck, which is super annoying. So we'd have to find a way to fix that. There's the technical room, which hopefully we could again kind of like get like open up for Peter to have his shed and space. And then this back room is just right behind the shed, which I talked about before. So we'd want to take down that wall and then combined, the front shed with this back room to give Peter more space. And then that door goes outside to kind of an covered porch area. So then he could still keep like doing messier jobs outside, which I think would be kind of nice for him. So yeah, we just went right back to the main entrance. Again, everyone's having to duck to get through this stupid area. That has to be fixed. And then you're back in sort of the main entrance hall.
To tak nějak automaticky se, ale jo, no jasně, no, jako kdybych se neskočil, tak...
So this is the living room. There's lots of windows, which is nice. And like I said before, we would probably put in underfloor heating so we could get rid of the radiators.
Jsou tady zvířátka, takže pozor, kam si šlape.
Jo,
Takže ten dům je opuštěný, takže...
Jak dlouho se tady není to?
Now you can kind of see where they had the kitchen, which I don't think makes any sense to me. We would have to open it up and make an open floor plan, and then so we would rip out all of this. This old kitchen would all be coming out, and somehow we would have an open floor plan of kitchen and living room, which Peter is not a big fan of. So I don't know how we'll have to work with that. And then there's the bathroom right off of the kitchen, which I am not a big fan of, so I'm not sure how we're going to work with that either. But obviously, we need a bathroom, so it's got to go somewhere. So these are the stairs going up to the second floor. Again, we'd have to figure out how to work these stairs in a different way so that the floor or the ceiling below is higher. Those were the doors to the balcony, and then now we're just on the second floor. So to the left, there is the smaller room, and that's sort of above the office/guest room. It has a nice window out to the front, so that's really nice. And then in the back of this room, there's an extra room, which I think was kind of the technical room downstairs. So it's basically a copy of the layout from the bottom floor. And right now it's kind of like attic space because they didn't finish it. I would want to finish it off and then just combine these two rooms. It makes way more sense to me. And then on the other side, you can see there's the balcony doors going off to the terrace. On the ceiling, I don't know if you saw that, but on the ceiling there was a big splotchy looking water damage, so that's concerning. Anyways, this is would be, I guess, main bedroom. There is this weird wall here, I think, which is again similar to downstairs where the kitchen wall kind of divided the kitchen from the living room. So I was thinking we could try and put in a ensuite bathroom in here, but this would basically just be the main bedroom. There's enough windows, I think, and enough space to also have that little bathroom or ensuite bathroom.
I mean, he said that like this is not very well built and like leaky, so it would make sense to just knock it down.
Okay. So now we're just out in the back of the house, and you can see there's like sort of a covered porch. So there is a door that goes to the area that would be Peter's shed. So I think it would be really convenient for him if we just made it a little more structurally sound, that he could be working inside with, all of his tools, or it could all be stored inside so nothing gets stolen. And then when he wants to do messier jobs, like, I don't know, sanding, welding, whatever it is he's doing, he could just come outside, and there's a door right to the covered porch. So I think that's really nice. And then this is the back of the house. You can see there's that little rectangle I was talking about that has the toilet. I'm pretty sure the toilet and the bathroom are in there. There is like this stream under covered stream areas. You can kind of hear that in the background, which is nice. But I think the area is kind of nice and green. There's some nice old trees. Okay, this is the shed that I was talking about. So it's just a shed. I don't know. It's just a room that's kind of dirty and doesn't look that nice. Obviously nothing's finished because it's, a shed.
Hele, Peťo. Take the camera. I don't want to come up. It looks yucky. I don't want to. Ugh. Alright, fine. Ugh. Ugh. Okay.
Okay, so that's basically the house. Thanks for joining us on our third house tour. Let me know what you think. And if you have any information about the stairs problem and the low ceiling, that would be really helpful.